Welcome everybody to today's class. And in today's class, we are going to be doing a basic class. So it's a level 0 class, but there are going to be some intermediate exercises in it. So you can try it. But if you are comfortable with those intermediate exercises, stick with the previous exercise. All right. So today we're going to be starting with our feet fist width apart and parallel. I'm just going to climb onto the reformer so you can see me, just so you can see my feet. So if you're not sure how to find fist width, you have your feet together, toes together, knees together. You make a small V with your feet. Make sure your V is even. So sometimes one foot will want to go out further than the other. We want to make sure that those feet are even. And then you go widen your heels so that your feet are parallel. I'm going to move back down so I can do my roll down on the floor. Now that we found fist width, taking a nice deep breath in through your nose. On your exhale, gently draw your chin to chest. You curl down towards the floor, one bone at a time, finding length through the spine, feeling the crown of the head sinking down to the floor. Keeping your weight shifted through to your toes, take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, slowly curl back up again, one bone at a time. Once again, we're going to breathe in, feeling the ribs expand to the sides, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, draw chin to chest, curling down to the floor, peeling your spine off your imaginary wall, vertebra by vertebra. Keeping that pressure through to your toes. We take a nice deep breath in here through the nose and exhale through the mouth, keeping pressure through the toes. One bone at a time, slightly tucking that tail under. Then we're going to move into a little bit of standing balance here. Reach your arms out to the side. Now, if you have an elevated bed in front of you, you can place your foot on top of the mat if you need some extra stability, or just place your toes onto the floor. Otherwise, I'm going to start with my leg lifted into tabletop, knee in line with hip, hips are nice and level. We just take a nice deep breath in here and breathe out. I'm going to challenge you a bit. So remember, you can take your toe down to the floor if you need to. We're going to inhale, lower our arm of our leg that we're standing on, reaching the opposite arm over. And we're going to side bend our body away from our lifted leg, trying to make sure that this hip is not hiking up as you reach. And then you exhale to come back. Inhale to side bend, keeping your body between two panes of glass. And exhale to come back. And what I mean by that is as you reach over, don't let that arm twist down or twist up. We want to keep it in line with our opposite arm and exhale it up. Last one here, we're going to inhale and exhale, bring it up. Lower your arm down, find length in your spine. We're going to reach our arms out into a T and we're going to go into a twist. Twisting in the opposite direction. Inhale to repair. On your exhale, twist. Keep those shoulders away from those ears. Inhale to come back to center. Keep pressing your big toe down of that standing foot, baby toe down, heel is flat. We have the nice triangular point of contact in our foot. And we exhale. Inhale it back. We got one last one here. And if your legs are burning as much as mine are, we're nice and warm. And inhale it back. Lower everything down. Give those legs a wiggle. Let's move over to the other side. So once again, feet are fist width apart and parallel. Reach your arms out to the side. Shift your weight onto your opposite leg as you lift your leg into tabletop. Once again, you can place your foot onto a surface, which I'm going to do for this side because I've had a little bit of a niggle in my hip flexor on my opposite side. You're going to once again lower our arm above standing leg, reach the opposite arm over. Inhale to slide your fingertips down your leg as you reach over, trying to keep your opposite hip dragging down. And exhale to come back up. Inhale to reach. And exhale it up. Keep those shoulders sinking. So you can see I'm just listening to my body today. My one hip is not feeling too happy. And that's okay. So we just adapt for that side. And you can do that for your body as well. And exhale it up. Lower your arm down. Reach your arms out to the side. Because remember, doing it well is better than just doing it. Inhale. On your exhale, we twist away, finding length in that spine, trying to keep your hips still and in center. And then we inhale to come back. And we go for 2. And inhale it back. And 3. And inhale it back. Last one here, 4. And inhale it back and lower everything down. And my standing leg is still burning even though my other leg was not lifted. We're moving on to our mat. If you're on a mat, what you can do is transition into sitting, in which case we're going to stand, cross one ankle over the other, reach your arms out in front of you, and we slowly lower on our exhale, trying to see if we can get down to the mat nice and slow and controlled. Obviously, if you need issues, maybe just find your own way down to the mat. Feet are out in front of us, nice big step, fist width apart and parallel. You can hold your hands behind your knees. Let's start by holding behind our knees, finding length in that spine. Reach the arms out in front of us. Fingertips are reaching long, growing nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Tuck the tailbone, scoop those lower abdominals, and slowly lean back. We're trying to aim to get those shoulders just in line with the knees. And as you go down, your hands are going to lower so that they stay in line with your shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale to scoop back up again. Finding length through your spine. Inhale. Making sure to plant those feet. Exhale, tuck the tail, scoop the abdominals. Big mistake that we often make in this exercise is we collapse in that upper spine because it's already got a curve in it and we're like, oh, curve. So I want you to find length in that upper spine. Scoop those lower abdominals. Breathe in here. Exhale to come back up. This is just our warm-up. So we take another deep breath. And exhale, tuck that tail, scoop those abdominals, curl all the way back. Lovely. Breathe it in, anchor your feet. Inhale and exhale to come up. Last one here. Breathe in. And exhale. Tuck the tail, scoop the abdominals, curl back. We're going to hold it here for a second. Tucking that tailbone under, pulling our pubic bone to face, relaxing those shoulders. And while we hold here, for our next exercise, if you have something to hook your feet under, or if you have a strap if you're in studio, you can use it if you need to. Otherwise, at home, you can keep your knees bent, or you can hook your feet underneath the surface. Inhale, and on your exhale, slowly go down all the way. We're going to start with our knees bent, arms go up to the sky. Now watch for those ribs. So we inhale, lift the arms up and over the head, and making sure not to pop those ribs up. We want to compress them down without pulling the tailbone towards us. So your tailbone is still anchoring down onto the mat. Ribs are knitting together. And if you find that your ribs start to pop, don't go down so low. Lift your arms a little bit up. Then we're going to exhale to prepare. Inhale to lift your arms to the sky. Exhale to lift your head and your chest. Reach your fingertips to your toes. Now, if you need to here, you can grab onto the back of your legs to peel your spine off, sitting up nice and tall. And then you release those legs. And we go again. Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the tail, scoop the abdominals, slowly roll back. Gently drawing those abdominals away from tight as you roll back one bone at a time. Try and avoid using momentum. Inhale, lift those arms up and over your head. Now we're going to make it slightly harder. You can stay here if you need. Lengthen those legs away from you. Toes pulling up to the sky. Inhale to lift your arms. Exhale to lift your head and your chest. And we slowly curl up. Scoop those abdominals one bone at a time. Keep your feet up to the sky. And we reach those arms forward to get a stretch through the spine. Then we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine all the way to the sky. We're just doing one roll up for now. We're going to bend those knees. Once you get into the same position we had for our half roll back, squeeze your feet, knees, toes together. Reach your arms out in front of you. Deep breath in. On your exhale, we go back into our half roll back. This time our feet are together as we scoop those abdominals. Pause halfway. Shoulders in line with knees. We're going to lift one leg up, opposite leg up. Now we're in this tabletop position. I'm going to start with our foundation exercise here, just to give you guys a little bit of assistance. You're going to hold on behind your knees, squeeze those feet, knees, toes together. So this is prep for our teaser prep. Inhale, on your exhale, walk your hands down your legs. Keep those legs super duper still as you walk down to the tips of your shoulder blades. Then you inhale, walk your hands back up, finding length through that upper spine. And then we go again. Exhale. And inhale. Now we're going to try do our teaser prep. Reach those arms out in front. And we do the same exercise. Squeeze those legs together. Keep them nice and still. Exhale. Tips of the shoulder blades. Inhale. Reach to toes. Oh, I'm ready to get in the shakes. Wonderful. Exhale. and inhale. Now, if you're in an intermediate level, you can extend your legs out and you reach those fingertips to toes and you inhale, lower, fingertips to the sky, exhale, reach. And last one, inhale, lower, all the way down, bring those knees to your chest, take a little breath. Whew. We're going to move on to rib cage arms. Feet come down to the mat, bridge position. Fist width apart and parallel. Reach those fingertips down to the mat to open up your collarbones. Now, here's a little tip. If you struggle with your shoulders popping up from the mat, start by turning your palms up to the sky. And it actually pulls your shoulders back. Now, when you're there, try and keep them anchored. Just rotate your forearms so that your palms are facing down. I know my head's not in the best position here because of my pony, but we want our chin parallel to the floor. Not parallel, perpendicular. Reach your arms up to the sky, anchor those shoulder blades onto the mat. Now we're focusing on the ribs and the shoulders. We don't want those shoulder blades lifting away from the mat, and we don't want those ribs popping up. So you're going to inhale, lower your arms above your head, keep those ribs drawing in, neutral pelvis and spine, and exhale, reach your fingertips to the sky. Shoulder blades are staying anchored, ribs are staying knitted together. Inhale, and those shoulders are gliding away from those ears. Exhale. I have some tightness in my rotator cuff, so that's why you can see I'm not going all the way down to the mat because otherwise my shoulder kind of shifts slightly out of place. So I'd rather do it properly than do too much. Last two here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Now we're going to go from hand to hundreds prep. Exhale to lift your head and your chest as you pull your arms all the way down to hover above the mat. Around the tips of our shoulder blades, neutral pelvis and spine. Lift your right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. If you have back pain, keep your feet down. Inhale, lower your arms, bring them up and over your head. Ribs are knitting. Exhale, pull your arms down by your sides, hands to hover as you reach those arms long. Inhale to lower. And I really wish I had a mirror here so I could check and make sure my legs were staying in tabletop. Exhale. Knees are directly above your hips and your feet are in line with knees. Inhale, lift those arms, lower the head and chest, bring the arms all the way up and overhead. Last one. Exhale, pull those arms down, lift the head and the chest. Now, if you want to, you can continue with the previous exercise, or we're going to start splashing. Breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. 2, 3, 4. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. We're doing half 100 today. In. And out. Gonna go one more. In. And out. And bend those knees to chest and relax. Once you've had your breather, take your feet back down onto the mat. Fist width apart and parallel. So once again, if you need to find that fist width, feet together, small V, widen those heels. Hands come down by your sides. And I'm actually going to start with my hands on my pelvis to get this tilt. You want to take the heel of your hands, place them onto your hip bones, and then your thumbs are angling towards each other and your fingertips are angling towards each other. So you're kind of making a triangle. Depending on the width of your pelvis, your fingertips might touch, they might not. We have the palms, the heels of those hands on your hip bones, fingertips reaching towards your pubic bone. So it's right into where the creases of your hips are. And then your thumbs rest on your stomach. Let those elbows relax, shoulders open. Take a deep breath in here. On your exhale, tuck your tailbone, flatten your back against the mat. And you'll see that your fingertips get higher than your thumbs, or you should be able to feel it. And if you can't, gently lift your head and just have a little check so you can see. This is what we call a posterior tilt. Inhale, on your inhale, you slowly go back into that neutral position. Now, today we're actually going to take our tilt further. We're going to go into an anterior tilt. So you're going to press your pubic bone away from you and you're actually going to arch your back a bit. And now your thumb should be higher than your fingertips. And then we go exhale back to neutral, press through neutral all the way into our posterior tilt. Gently drawing those abdominals away from you. And again, inhale. Really have my ponytail in the inconvenient position here. back to neutral, through neutral, arching that back a bit, and exhale back through neutral as we tuck that tail, flatten our back. Now we're going to come into neutral pelvis. So we inhale, press the pubic bone away from your face. Fingertips should be in line with your thumbs. And if you're really not sure, like I said before, lift and check. They should be on the same line. You should be able to rest a teacup on your pubic bone without spilling. Arms come down by your sides, fingertips reaching long, shoulders nice and open, ribs connected. Inhale. On your exhale, tuck the tailbone, flatten the back. Slowly peel the spine off one bone at a time. Squeezing that imaginary fist between your knees. Inhale here and exhale to melt back down. One bone at a time. Bum is the last thing to touch, and we come back into neutral pelvis. And we go again. Deep breath in. Exhale. Tuck the tail, scoop the abdominals, slowly peel that spine off, one bone at a time. Opening up those shoulders. Knees are lengthening away from you. Breath in here and exhale to move back down. Keeping that nice neutral position in the chin, so it's staying parallel to the floor. And hopefully you're not like me with your ponytail getting in the way. If you are, I would suggest maybe moving it to a low ponytail. Press your arms down. We don't want those hands lifting or arms just floating. They are anchoring and connecting. And exhale, slowly melt back down. One bone at a time. Let's do one last one here. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, scoop the abdominals, slowly peel off one bone at a time. Good. Now for our next exercise, we're going to be going into our roll up, but if you struggled with the roll up at the start, you can also just hold onto your knees and rock back and forth until you come into sitting. Breathe in, and on your exhale, slowly melt down one bone at a time. Lengthen your legs out in front of you. If you have a strap, place your feet underneath it, or if you have something heavy to hook your feet under, toes pulling up to the sky, reach your fingertips up and over your head. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, lift your head and your chest. Reach your fingertips to toes as we come all the way up, finding length in your spine. Now, if you are on your mat, make sure that you're far enough forward that you're not going to roll back on your mat. And I have enough space, so I'm okay. Pull your knees towards you. We're going to wrap our hands around the outside of our legs, grabbing onto the inside of those shins and ankles. Toes are together. We walk those toes back so that we just can balance on our bum, like so. Scooping out those lower abdominals, you're looking between the little gap between your heels and your bum. You want about a ball space between your heels and your bum. Press your knees out against your arms. Find length in that upper spine as you scoop that lower spine. When we roll like a ball, we're staying in a nice tight ball. We inhale, roll back onto the shoulders, lifting the bum, and exhale to roll back. We're trying to roll onto the spine. And as you roll, it's super important to make sure that your bum is lifting, but you're not rocking onto your head and your neck as you roll. Because if you leave your bum behind, what's going to happen? You're not going to have the momentum to get back up again. And keeping that tuck in that tail. Last two here. We inhale, rock. Exhale, shoulders are sinking. Last one. Try and balance on your bum as you rock back and relax your legs down. We're going to be moving on to our tummy, so you can swing your legs around or just roll back and lie down to turn over. Head is flat on your mat. I am just lifting up so you guys can hear me. Forehead is just above the mat. Arms by your sides, fingertips are reaching long down to your toes, thumbs are facing down. Squeeze those feet and toes together, and we're going to lift the belly button away from the mat so that we're pushing the pubic bone into the mat. Inhale to reach your fingertips to toes as you lift your head and your chest, finding length. Open up your chest, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale it down. Inhale to lift, reaching those fingertips. Squeeze those legs together. Exhale it down. 3 more here. Inhale. And exhale. Thinking about finding length in that lower spine as you lift and lower. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale. Take your hands down. We're going to turn over onto our side. palm is facing up, resting our head on our bicep. Hand is in front of your chest, bottom knee is bent, top leg is long away from you. Lifting that lower waistline away from the mat. Make sure your fingertips are in line with your shoulder or your head is going to be bent forward. We're going to do variation on side kick prep today. We're going to start by inhaling. On your exhale, lift your leg just in line with your hips. So now instead of our starting point being down on the floor, our starting point is going to be horizontal with our hip. Knee is looking forward. Inhale. On your exhale, lift a little bit higher, only as high as you can without collapsing in that lower waist. Inhale to lower in line with your hip. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift for 3. Inhale it down, gently drawing in those ribs. Exhale, lift for 4. And we want to make sure that as we lift and lower, continue for me here for 5. We make sure that we're not tucking the bum under. We don't want to look like a prawn. We want to keep that nice neutral position. 6. So there's a small arch in that lower back or your natural arch. 7. I call it my booty twerk. If you know, you know. Last one, 8. And we're going to hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Before we go on to the other side, we're going to turn back onto our tummy. Arms reach long in front of us. And I'm just going to move myself back here a bit so you can see. Hands are down on your mat. Feet are going to be fist width apart and slightly turned out. Forehead just above the mat so that you can hear me, but yours can be rested. Inhale to lift the belly button away from the mat, lifting the head and the chest as we press our arms down. We are looking up just a little bit so that our head is not dropping down. We're keeping that nice neutral line, shoulder blades drawing down to our bum. And we're going to exhale, lifting one leg. We're going to do pulses here or percussive breath. So we keep breathing out and we change our legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping those hips nice and steady. Upper body still. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit faster. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. We're going to try and add in some arms, but if this feels too difficult, you can keep your hands down. So we're going to inhale, lift those arms up, trying to get them in line with those shoulders. Feet are in line with each other. Opposite arm and leg is going to lower. And then we change. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping your shoulders and your hips nice and steady. Last breath in. And out. And relax everything down. Take your hands next to your ribcage. Press yourself up and back. Thumb to your feet. Have a little rest. Just a little child's pose rest. And now we're going to move on to the other side. You can come down onto your tummy and just roll over to the other side. I'm switching around so that I'm facing camera. Lying down on your bicep. Hand is in front of your ribs. And once again, bottom leg bent, top leg in line with your hip. We are going to start taking a nice deep breath in to lift that ribs, that waistline away from your mat. Exhale to lift your leg up just in line with your hip. Now we're going to hold it here. This is our start position. Exhale to lift it up higher and inhale to lower. Once again, keeping your kneecap facing forward for 2. Inhale down. Hips are nice and stacked, so that means that one is sitting on top of the other. Shoulders are the same. They're also drawing down away from those ears so we don't hunch them up. For 5. We're nearly there. 6. Keep finding length in your leg like someone's pulling on your ankle. 7. Last one, 8. Hold it up here for me. Check you're still maintaining that nice little lintel space under the lower waistline. 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. And we're going to turn back onto our back. Bringing ourselves up into sitting, so you can just bring your knees into your chest, little rocks back and forth, and you're going to come all the way up into sitting position. We're going to do our half roll back once again. So hands come behind your legs. Feet are fist width apart and parallel. So are your knees, and we find length in that spine. Reach your arms either side of your leg. Deep breath in. On your exhale, tuck the tail, scoop the abdominals, slowly curl back halfway. We're going to hold here. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And in and out, come all the way down. Arms come down by your sides. Bring your feet closer towards you into our bridge position. Feet just in front of the line of those knees. Nice neutral pelvis. Remember, we did this at the start of class. You can check and make sure that your fingertips are in line with those thumbs. Arms by your sides. Deep breath. On your exhale, think about drawing those abdominals away from your thighs as you lift your right leg into tabletop. Inhale, lower it back down again. Placing your foot in the same spot. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale to lower. And 3, arms gently pressing down. I had my hands just on my ribs to make sure that they weren't popping or flaring. And then you can also place your hands on your hips to check and make sure that they're not shifting from side to side. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Think about moving your leg through honey. There's a resistance. It's not just a quick lift. Last one, we're going to hold here. Breathe in. On your exhale, change legs. Scooping those abdominals away. Exhale. Change. Inhale. Exhale, change. And 5. 4. Keeping that pelvis nice and neutral. Abdominals gently drawing away. 3. And 2. Last one. Hold it here. Keep your head down if you have any pain in your neck. Hands come onto your knee and we extend our opposite leg away from us. Exhale to lift your head and your chest. Float your leg above the floor. We're keeping the inside hand on the inside of the knee, outside hand on the outside of the ankle. We're going to exhale, pull the leg towards us. Once, twice. Inhale, change. Switch your hands to the inside of the knee. Anchor your tailbone as you pull, keeping that nice neutral pelvis and spine. Last 2 and 1. Hold it here. Bring both knees to chest. Remember, you can take your head and chest down and just do the leg and arm movements if you want to. Inhale. Shoot your arms and legs away from you. Circle your arms around on your exhale as you bend your knees to chest. Keep your chest tall as you shoot. I don't want to see you dropping. And exhale it back. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Last 2. Last one. And we're going to take double breath, knees to chest. Whew. Take your left leg, lengthen it away from you. Toes are pointed. Right leg's going to go up to the sky. Depending on your flexibility, holding on behind your thigh quite lower down if you have quite tight hamstrings, or you can take your hands slightly higher up if you're more flexible. Key thing here is we want our legs straight. Exhale to lift your head and your chest. Hover your leg, anchor your tailbone down. Imagine that this long leg, it should be a long leg. That your leg that is just above the mat is lengthening away from you. Breathing in here, exhale, pull your leg towards you once, twice, inhale, change. And if you go, Jackie, it's stretching. I know, it's supposed to. That's partly why it's called single straight leg stretch. Okay, and we lengthen 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, bend your knees into tabletop. Interlace your hands behind your head, supporting your skull. You can also take your feet down onto the mat. Let's actually do that. One leg down, opposite leg down. So we're keeping that chest lifted. Breathe in. On your exhale, rotate towards that left leg. Inhale. Almost like the queen waving. Exhale. Keeping even waistlines. And 2. And 1. Now, if you want to advance to the next exercise, you can. Otherwise, continue here. We lift those legs into tabletop, fist width apart. Continue to rotate in that upper body as we lengthen the opposite leg on our exhale. Inhale, come back. Exhale to change. And 4, 5, 6. Control that twist. 7. Last one. 8. And those abs are dead. Let's bring those knees to chest and take a breath. Now, just to cool down those obliques, we take our feet down onto the mat, feet, knees, toes connected. Today, we're going to be doing our supine spine twist with our toes lifted, just so we can keep those heels connected. If you are on the mat, your arms can be out to the side with your palms facing out. I don't want my arms hanging over, so I'm just going to place my hands by my sides. Inhale to sway your knees to the right. Keep your knees connected. Your top heel is going to lift off of the mat so that it stays connected. And exhale, come back. Inhale to sway. Exhale, draw it back. Think about as you sway, that top knee is trying to lengthen out of your hip socket. Shoulders are anchoring. We're still connecting those ribs. And back. Last two. And back. Last one. And back. And we're going to lengthen our legs away from us. Turn over onto your side, palm facing up. Hand is in front of your ribs. Squeeze those feet, knees, toes together. Taking a nice deep breath in. On that exhale, we're going to lift both legs up. Think about lengthening that top leg away from you. Inhale to lower. Hips are staying stacked. Shoulders stacked. And if you're able to, we're trying to keep this lower waistline lifted. Even as we lift, we don't want to collapse because we want to use that body to lift, not collapsing in the spine to lift. 4, 5, and 6. Just corrected my own shoulder there. Little reminder to you. 7. And last one, 8. And lower down. Turn back onto your back. We're going to bend those knees. Now we're going to go our spine twist in tabletop. Legs in tabletop. Squeeze those feet, knees, toes together. Once again, you can have your arms out to the side in a T, palms facing up. We inhale to sway. Keep that top knee anchored on that bottom knee. And then exhale to slide back. And inhale to sway, lengthening out your top thigh. And exhale, sway back. If it helps, you can squeeze something between your knees to avoid your knees sliding. And I'm just going to show you one where it looks like where my knees are sliding. So you can go a lot further, but your knees are no longer stacked together. You want to imagine there's a little ruler on that top leg. Lengthen out of that top hip and bring it back. And lower those feet back down. We're going to roll over to the other side. Once again, I'm just going to flip my head around so that I'm facing camera, but you can just turn to the other side. Palm facing up. Feet are connected. Lengthen that top leg away from you. Top hand is in front of your ribs. Taking a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift those legs up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift for 2. Inhale it down. And 3. Squeeze those inner thighs together, down. 4. And down. 5. And down. 2 more here. 6. Keeping those shoulders relaxed and stacked. Same with your hips. 7. You should feel that side body working. Last one here. 8. And lower down. Relax. We're going to turn over onto our back. Legs are lengthened out in front of you. Once again, if you've got something to hook your feet under, you can do so now. Reach your arms up to the sky. Toes pulling up to the sky as well. Arms come up and over your head. Inhale to lift those arms to the sky. Exhale, reach fingertips to toes as you peel your spine off, one bone at a time, finding length through your spine. Widen your feet as wide as your mat. Toes are still pulling up to the sky. And when I say toes to the sky, it's not toes to nose, toes to the sky, flat feet. Fingertips come down. Inhale, on your exhale, reach your fingertips forward, lengthening through your spine. Breathe in here. On your next exhale, come all the way up, stacking that spine. Trying to see how far you can go. And we're trying to make sure that we're not just collapsing in that upper spine to lean forward. You are lengthening through your spine as if you've got a little ball here that you're trying to get your tummy to squish against. And coming back on your exhale. Last 2 here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale it back. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. We're holding it here. You can continue with the previous exercise, but we're going to go into spine stretch forward. We breathe in. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. Lengthening through that spine. Inhale a little bit back. Exhale a little bit deeper. Inhale it back. Don't forget about those flat feet. Exhale a little bit deeper. And then we breathe in and exhale. Come all the way up. Straighten that spine all the way to the sky. Feet, knees, toes connect. Reach those fingertips out in front of you. And exhale, slowly curl down. One bone at a time. And we're going to roll over onto our tummy. We're going to start with our baby swan. Hands are coming either side of your forehead, elbows tucked in by your sides, shoulders reaching down to your toes. Squeeze those feet, knees, toes together. Once again, your forehead can be rested. I'm just not so you guys can hear me. Lifting the belly button away from the mat, we're going to inhale. Press up that chest, lifting the head and the chest, going as far as you can without feeling it in that lower back. And we exhale to lower back down. Today, actually, we're going to just move our feet fist width, just to give a little bit more room in that lower back. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lift. Inhaling to lift. Shoulders drawn down, drawing that belly button away, relaxing your bum, and exhale it back. And I know I've got a hungry bum sometimes. I have to keep reminding myself. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Now we're going to add in our legs. Inhale to lift. And now as you exhale and lower, keep tension through your back body, lifting your feet like a herb cutter rocking. And then lower those feet, lift your chest. Or it's like one of those boat rides at the exhale to lower. At the carnivals, what are those things called? Inhale and lift. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Exhale to lower. Last one here. Inhale to lift that chest, lowering the feet, and exhale to lower the chest, lift the feet, and lower everything down. We're going to do some prep for double leg kick today. Squeeze your feet, knees, toes together. Interlace your hands behind your back with your palms facing up. Let your elbows relax down. You're going to look to one side, so you're resting your cheek. Inhale. Lengthen your arms behind you, lifting your head and your chest, looking down at your mat. And as you do so, you're just going to hover your feet above the mat. And then you exhale, lower down to the opposite side. Let your elbows come down. You're looking in the opposite direction. Inhale, lengthen those arms behind you. Lift the head and the chest. Those feet are hovering above the mat. And exhale, lower down. Elbows come down. We look in the opposite direction. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to lower. Two more here. Inhale to lengthen. Opening up that chest. And exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to lower. And we're just doing upper body prep today. We can relax. Take your hands either side of your chest. Press yourself up and back. Thumb to feet. Widen your nose here if it's more comfortable for you. And another thing you can do is if you have a ball or a block at home or even a pillow and it's uncomfortable to sit so low, take it and place it behind your knees so that you're not sitting so low and placing pressure on those knees. Coming up onto your hands and knees, we're going to be moving into our bridging exercises. We're going to start with our side bend prep. So we're coming onto our side, knees together, feet together, and we're coming onto our hand to start. Take your fingertips and reach them away from you. So you can also do this on your elbow. I'm taking it up a notch today and making it a little bit more difficult. If you're on your elbow, elbows under shoulder and fingertips in line with that elbow. I'm going to get a little bit more with the ridge or the exercise we're working up towards. Palm is facing up on your thighs. Your hand is just in front of your shoulders so that when you lift, it's going to be in line with it. Lifting away from that mat, we want to draw away. And now you can see my hand's actually too fast. So I need to bring it a little bit closer. Inhale here. On your exhale, lift your hips up, reach your arm up and over your head. And then we're going to lower back down again on our inhale. And my hand's actually still too far away from me, I see. And exhale. A little bit of softness in that elbow. And inhale to lower. Remember, you can do this on your elbow if there's any discomfort in that wrist or elbow. And we lower, keep those hips nice and stacked. Last one here. And inhale to lower. In between sides, we're going to be doing our back support prep. So we're going to turn over to face the back of our mat. Fingertips are facing forward. Once again, just in front of the line of our shoulder, behind the line of our shoulder. Feet are fist width apart and parallel. If you have discomfort here, turn your fingers out to the side. Last time I did this, I had very stiff biceps, so let's see how we go today. Press out of your shoulders, open up your chest. We don't want to collapse in the spine. Inhale. On your exhale, press your bum up, pressing your hands strong through the mat. Lift that bum up and look to the sky like a tabletop. And inhale to lower back down. Oh, that's still quite a stretch on those biceps, but I'm going to keep my fingertips forward today just to challenge myself. Exhale to lift. Press strong through those shoulders, keep them away from those ears. Inhale to lower. 2 more here. Exhale to lift. Remember, it's uncomfortable. Turn those fingertips up. Try and get your bum up so that you can make a little table mountain with your body. And inhale to lower. Last one here. Press strong through those shoulders. Exhale. And inhale to lower all the way. Beautiful. We're going to swing around actually on this one, just so we can finish in the right direction. Give your wrist a little shake out if you need to. Fingertips are facing away from you, just in front of the line of that shoulder. Feet stacked, knees stacked, like there's a little ruler in front of you here. Lift your waistline away from the mat, so you've got a nice little triangle underneath your body. Top hand is palm facing. Inhale. Lift your arm up and over. And exhale to lower. And inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Reminder, you can come down onto your elbow if you need to, if there's any discomfort in the elbow or wrist. And inhale to lower. We're trying to get those hips nice and high as we lift up, keeping them stacked on top of each other. Shoulders relax from ears, and exhale it down. And then we're going to turn over onto our hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're doing a variation on our front support today. We're going to start with the normal front support with those hands under shoulders, knees under hips, shins pressing down into the mat, lengthening through your spine. Remember, your head is connected to your spine. So if we're dropping it down and looking between our knees, we're not keeping a nice and neutral spine. So you're pressing up, keeping that little L-shaped space between chin and chest. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath in. On our exhale, walk the left leg back behind you, tucking those toes under. Inhale to slide it back, keep shoving those shins down. Opposite side exhale. Inhale to draw it back. Focus on keeping those pelvises. By pelvises, I mean you guys watching. Your pelvis nice and stable to avoid rocking from side to side. Last 2. And draw it back. Last one. Now we're going to hold this last one with our leg extended back behind us. Tuck your toes under of your knee that's under that hip. And we're going to take a deep breath in. This is the variation. We exhale, lift that knee up so we come into a front support position. Inhale to lower. Untuck your toes. Slide your opposite leg back on your inhale as you shove those shins down. Exhale, lengthen that opposite leg behind you, tucking the toes under of that bent knee. And we breathe in. Exhale to hover that knee up, trying to get your hips in line with each other. And lower back down again. Untuck your toes, pull both legs in. Last variation here, we're tucking both toes under with our knees under hips, nice neutral pelvis and spine, looking down at those fingertips. Micro bend in the elbows. Deep breath in. On your exhale, hover those knees. We're going to hold for 8, 7, 6. Try and make sure you're not arching in that upper spine. 3, 2, 1, and come down. Untuck those toes. Rest in a child's pose position for a second as we just roll out those wrists. We're going to start our cool down here. Hands come under shoulders, knees under hips. Shove those shins down. Breathing in. On your exhale, tuck the tail, scoop the abdominals, rounding through the spine as you pull your pubic bone to face. And inhale to slowly arch your spine, looking forward in front of you as you melt in the opposite direction. Exhale, tug the tail, scoop and round, pubic bone to face. Inhale to slowly melt. And we're just going to do 2 more. Exhale to round. And inhale it back. Last exhale. And inhale it back. And we're going to come and sit on the edge of our mat. If you are on the floor, you can sit with your legs crossed, or you can also sit up on a chair if it's more comfortable for you. Feet come down onto the floor. Knees and feet are connected because we want to avoid sliding those knees. Arms go out to the sides. Inhale to lower your right arm down. Reach the left arm over. Now, if you want a deeper stretch here, you can lower your elbow down onto the mat to reach over. And then we inhale, lift the arms up on our exhale. Inhale to come down to the opposite side. Reach your fingertips over. Make sure that those shoulders are not hiking up to the ears. We want to keep them down. Exhale to come up. Knees stay glued. Inhale to the opposite side, palm facing down. Try and anchor your opposite hip down onto the mat. And inhale it up. Exhale it up. Inhale it over. My brain also decides to shut off by the end of class. And bring it up. We're going to just finish with some twists here on your exhale. Breathe in on your exhale. Twist your spine. Inhale it. Exhale to twist. Inhale it back. Last two here. Exhale, twist. Make sure those knees aren't sliding past each other. Inhale it back. Last one. Inhale it back. Come up to stand. Try and avoid using your hands if you are on a chair. She says while using her hands. We're going feet fist width apart and parallel. Once again, small V position, then widen those feet. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose. On your exhale, gently draw the chin to chest, curling down towards the floor, one bone at a time. Feeling the crown of the head lengthen down to the floor, and just see where you are now versus at the start of class. Keeping your pressure through to your toes, taking a deep breath in and out. And in. And on your exhale, slowly curl back up again, stacking the spine one bone at a time. I don't want to do corpse pose with you guys today, but that's okay. We can do it in the next video just to get a little bit of relaxation after class. But thank you for watching.